Hold on, I got it. Look, now I got it. I'm sorry. Look, Jazz just came in to try to help me out. Mike was on mute. Okay, one more time. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the morning sprint. It is day 1 of October, which is day 1 of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That's why I'm wearing pink today. I'm going to be kind of having pink sprinkled throughout my wardrobe. Again, highlighting the survivors of this awful, awful thing that has hit so many different families. Whether you had it or not, you already have a family member or a friend with a family member who has dealt with breast cancer in some form or fashion. So yes, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hope everybody is out there doing what they can to raise awareness about it. Either way, I hope you guys had a wonderful end of your September. Hope your weekend was jam-packed with different things. I went to the bare knuckles fight that was on Friday at the Salem Civic Center. It was a blast, a great experience. If you guys do not know what bare knuckle fighting, it is basically MMA fighting, boxing, but it's done with your bare knuckles. I will say, I like fights and stuff. Everybody who knows me, you know I'm a UFC fan. I can watch boxing, but I will say bare knuckles is not as entertaining in my opinion, but it is definitely much more bloody. So if you don't like that kind of stuff, that's probably not the venue you want to be in. But it was a good, successful event. So many people were there, so many people having a good time. It was a lot of great energy. And that was my first time being at the Salem Civic Center. So it was super duper fun. Either way, guys, we got a question of the day coming up later on. And you guys have seen this article posted throughout our website for the past several days and over the weekend. But we got a poll going on our website on the candy corn debate. Yes, it's October, Halloween, and we always got to ask the question, is candy corn good or not? Are you a fan? What do you say? I already put the question out on my personal and my professional Facebook page. Some people have already commented on it. You guys lit up the comment section. And again, we got the vote and results in so far. So we're going to get to that later on in the sprint. But for right now, again, by the time we get to the end, when we talk to Jazzy Jazz, put your vote in and get your opinion in. Let us know, candy corn or nah. Fan or no? Okay. Speaking of breast cancer, of course, like I said, October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and there is some newer technology that's trying to help identify it. So, breast cancer is second most common cancer for women in the U.S., making early detection very important, and that might be easier to do with artificial intelligence. Some doctors are using it to help read mammograms, okay? So, doctors say that AI can help spot more subtle findings of breast cancer or breast imaging. Research shows that it can also help radiologists be more efficient and accurate. They say that another benefit is that artificial intelligence isn't constantly learning from known or proven cancers, and that information can be applied when analyzing images.
I think everyone, and me included, we tend to be a little bit skeptical initially when we have something, a task that a computer is performing. It takes a little bit of time to learn trust and to kind of learn how to apply that to our practice. But I think it's really exciting to see how this has helped aid our detection of breast cancer. We, of course, want to find breast cancers as early as we possibly can.
So, in addition to self-checks at home, women are encouraged to start getting annual mammograms for breast cancer when they turn 40. Those who are at increased risk may need to have screening sooner. Yeah, and again, it's a very serious type of issue, and something that actually ripped my heart out of my soul this weekend when I found out. A while ago, I did a story. It was a What's Up South Texas, which is basically kind of like a deep blue ridge, but it was something that I was doing in San Antonio, and it was with this dancer. She was kind of like a majorette type of dancer, but her life had been plagued with all kind of ups and downs, and I believe that her mom passed away from breast cancer, and that was one of the things that changed her life as a woman. She ended up being this awesome dancer, keeping her journey going, even having to go through the treatments and stuff with her mom, but she kept her journey going, and she still dances in her mom's honor. Well, the sad part about that is that it was one of those things where, you know how you go through Facebook and you notice someone who looks familiar. You're just like, who is that person? I remember that person. And unfortunately, I saw that same strong woman, and she had shaved her head. And her testimony now is that she herself is living with breast cancer, and she's about to get started on a new procedure. So that right there shook me, because it was just like, man, it happens in our backyard to a person. Like you say, everybody knows somebody who's affected by breast cancer. So right now, like I said, I just take the time to say that if you guys do know of anybody out there who are dealing with that, or getting tested for it, or currently going through it, just send a good prayer out for them because, again, they can beat it. This is a beatable situation, and we can just have more people get together as an army of prayers, and hopefully, things work out for the best of them. But yeah, like I said, that kind of caught me off guard, and I was just like, man, breast cancer is real. It's alive and real, and people should not underestimate it. All right, moving on, something that we need to keep people aware of. We got another scam alert to tell you guys about. I know these are kind of annoying. Roanoke police are warning about a scam where a person is pretending to be a member of the department. Police say that the scammer calls the intended victim and tells them that they failed to appear in court and have an active warrant for their arrest. We're told that the scammer then convinces them to purchase gift cards with a certain amount of money on them. Read the numbers off the card to the scammer to mail, and then mail the cards to a specific location. One of police say that an officer would never ask for money, either in person or over the phone. If you get a phone call like this, you are asked to hang up and call the number you see right there at the bottom of your screen. It's 540-853-2212. That is 540-853-2212. Again, if you are getting any kind of call like this, please tell somebody about it because, unfortunately, I know you can read that and somebody's just like, how can you fall for that? There are some people, unfortunately, who do fall victim to these kind of scammers, and they take advantage of the most vulnerable in our community, especially our elderly. So if you guys know anything like that, put the word out. Let's get them caught because, again, it's something that should not be happening. All right, so we got a new crew joining the Bedford County Sheriff's Office, and if you're love you some dogs, check this out. We got some sharp, handsome-looking little things right there. Look at that bad boy. 4K9s officially received badges according to social media posts from Bedford County Sheriff's Office. Django, Toto, Stark, and Hoover are ready to work, and they couldn't be more excited to work with these boys. Again, very handsome dogs you see there. Look like they're going to get some work done, too. So, again, I would not want to cross them if I were you. And speaking of new things that are coming our way, get this. Hold on, we got to get this. Let me make sure I got my life together so you guys can see what I'm talking about. All right, yes. So we also got something else that's cool happening right now. There's a new spot for dining out. It's also preserving the past in Danville, okay? So it's called the Old 97 Tavern, just opened on Lynn Street in the River District this week. Menu features burgers, sandwiches, and wings, while the design including authentic photos and articles on the walls featuring the city's rich history. Owner says that the restaurant is named after the old 97 mail train wreck that happened in 1903.
We're downtown, we're in the historic area, and I was trying to find something. A buddy of mine mentioned the wreck, and I remember riding by the mural, and I remember seeing the sign on Riverside, and I was like, you know what, this would be a great name. I think there's a lot of people that have kind of forgotten about the significance of the wreck and how it put Danville on the map.
Always preserving history. So the Old 97 Tavern also has a section for arcade games, so you guys can go out, get you some good food, get you some good history, and also have fun with the kiddos out there. So yeah, always a cool deal right there. Something else is also cool. We got to give some credit for. If you're in Roanoke, man, give yourself a round of applause or a pat on the back because you are one of the best cities in the country for the hiking, according to HGTV. Home Improvement Channel put together a list of top 25 spots, taking into account green spaces, trails, waterfalls, mountains, as well as the availability. Star City claims second place, preceded by Boise, Idaho, and followed by Salt Lake City, Utah. Article highlights Roanoke Valley Greenways, Mill Mountain Star, Explore Park, and the bucket list hikes along the Appalachian Trail, like the Virginia Triple Crown. Trifecta includes Dragons 2, Tinker Cliffs, and McPhee Knob. That was one of the things that I wanted to try to complete before my girl Brittany Weir left. She obviously doing her thing in Cleveland, Ohio, but when she was here, me and her photographer, Noah, who's also one of my good buddies too, they decided to take me hiking for the first time, and we went to Tinker Cliffs for the first time, and it was a beast. It was a lot of fun, though, but we were going to try to get all three of them done. Didn't get a chance to do that. So, hey, if you are into hiking and you guys are safe with it and are trusted individuals, take me along with you. I would like to finish the three before, if my time should end here anytime later on at the end of my contract. But I do want to get at least that trifecta done, just to say that your girl did it. Okay, guys, we got to get to that forecast so you guys know exactly what's in store for today. Earlier, obviously, it's starting to feel like a lot like fall with October hitting, getting you in the mood for that. Meteorologist Parker Beasley joins us right now with that.
Hey there everyone, I'm meteorologist Parker Beasley. Today is going to be mostly sunny. Temperatures get to the 80s today, and then tonight about 58 degrees, so cooling off quite a bit. Your playground forecast for this afternoon looks absolutely fantastic because there will be lots of sunshine. We could see a couple of clouds build into the north. However, here is a look at what we're tracking this week. Sunny with warm temperatures stick around, cool overnight temperatures, and then we will turn soggy again later this week.
All right, Parker, thank you so much. And I got to get into a funny story coming up shortly about why me and him were clowning earlier today on Virginia Today. Had me laughing so hard. But first and foremost, speaking of outside, I think of sand and all that stuff. I am not that good at building sandcastles, but these particular individuals are beasts. And when I tell you the details in these sculptures are just amazing, okay? So artists from around the world are in Virginia Beach this weekend for the International Sand Sculpting Championship. Protected under football field-sized tent, there are 22 entries from 30 competitors representing 15 countries this year. Among the sculptors is a doubles team from Latvia who are using sand shipped from the North Carolina Outer Banks.
I love it. We have just sea. We have Baltic Sea. We don't have ocean. So
now we can
I'm
feel
enjoying that.
we can feel the power of nature here. The title of sculpture will be Circle of Life.
When we get born, nice age, and then when we are getting old.
The detail is crazy. So the sculptures will be on display through October the 8th. Super cool. Look at that. That's a castle. I saw a heart. You got a coin right there. Like, that is some ridiculous talent right there. We were talking about how, the fact that they're using sand from a particular beach. I wonder, obviously, if you get into a point where you're building stuff like that, the texture that you need to make sand do what it needs to do. So, yeah. They can teach me a lesson or two for sure because, again, best I can do is pack a bunch of sand in a cup and then have that shape some type of, maybe at the tip of a house or a castle or something. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not the best at it. Okay, guys, we got to get into this story right here. It is quite entertaining, in my opinion, okay? So this is regarding an alligator, and this is going to be a nod to our very own Dolly Parton. This is Florida's famous reptile. It's been a name after Dolly Parton, but it's called Jolene. Now, if you're looking at your screen, you'll notice that this is an alligator without a top jaw. Yeah, it's definitely a sight to see. But it's named after the 1973 song Jolene, chosen from a list of names submitted to Gatorland. Little Gator went viral earlier this month after she was found wandering around with half of her jaw missing. In the recovery, she gained some weight, even eating mice on her own using the back of her tongue, which is a new milestone. Park officials also say that they are holding off on a potential prosthetic until she gains more weight and feels more comfortable in her new environment. So, yeah. Looking at this video, this was my first time seeing it. It kind of freaked me out a little bit, and I'm so happy Jolene is doing great. But again, that is a sight to see. I wouldn't know what I would do if I saw a gator walking around like that. But again, she's in recovery and doing her thing. Parker, earlier today, he decided to drop a joke in, and it made me laugh so hard. He was like, that was quite the underbite that Jolene has, And like I said, we can joke about it because Jolene is doing good now. She's fine. Nothing crazy. But yeah, saying that she had quite the underbite, that was a slick one. But then I got him later on. We were talking about Jolene. Jolene, again, looks like she could scoop up some water. Like, she kind of gives me like a shovel-like impression. Either way, whether she's a shovel, a scoop, and our director came in and said that her name should be Scoop. Regardless of the matter, shout out to Jolene being a very unique gator, and I hope that whatever her future entails, that she gets the prosthetic jaw that she needs to continue living, and hopefully we'll be able to live on our own. But again, that was a sight to see right there. All right, guys, it is officially October, which means some people are dropping the alcohol. They're calling it, Sober October. There we go. Now, health experts are sharing the best tips to have for a successful Sober October. They say that if you're planning a Sober October, don't do it alone. They say surrounding yourself with supportive family and friends. They also say don't overdo it. Avoid trying a new diet trend at the same time. And lastly, if you're a social drinker, think about making a mocktail to bring to your next get together. And speaking of which, it is October, and again, the candy corn debate is on. So let's go straight into the comment section because you guys had a lot to say about this. All right, the candy corn debate is on. Are you for it or not? Becky Wilson says, mixed with peanuts, it tastes like a payday candy bar. She's on board with it. Shout out to Becky for sending us that comment. Clara comes in and says, good, I love it. And there is a proper way to eat it. I did not know that. Okay, there you go. Kathy came in and says that I absolutely love it. Sent the meme on our Facebook page. And then Philip is not that big of a fan. He says it's a perfect kind of gross right there. So candy corn or not, here we go. On my professional page, they say, here we go. We're going to pause it right there. Bam. So you see it on your screen. Dwayne came in and says that hate is a strong word. I strongly dislike it. Jane Peavy says, yes, she's a fan of it. Kareem, my boy Kareem with the words, he comes in and he says that I'm not a fan of candy corn. And what happened to the urban legend where you could get $500 for finding the candy corn without a white tip? I didn't even know that was a thing. See, I love him. He comes up with these facts and he always teaches me something. Okay, Roberto says that a wise man once said, don't like it, don't lick it, but I love them. So he likes it. And then last but not least, Georgia Allen comes in and says, yes, mixed with peanuts. So I'm going to bring in Jazzy Jazz real quick. Jazz, are you with me, girl? How you doing? Hold on, let me get my life together. Do-do-do-do-do. You guys, there's a whole process so that you guys are able to hear Jazz. Here we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, how you doing?
How are you?
I am good. Okay, so what side of the debate are you on?
Oh, I love candy corn. I've already had like 3 bags.
Well, look at you, Jazz. So on our website, there is a way for people to actually vote. Last time I saw it, I looked at the poll. When I selected my choice, it was like 40% no. A lot of people say yes. So what's the latest on that poll?
Yeah, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull that up.
While she's pulling that up, I'm going to tell you my opinion. I don't like candy corn. And I will tell you this. This is why. It's because I had a bad experience with it. When I was a kid, I was looking in the little bucket and they were just like, it's candy corn. Didn't process the corn part. But I was expecting kind of a Starburst-like orange flavor. And it was not that. And ever since then, I was just like, not a candy corn person. I pray for people who are. That's just me personally speaking. But Jay,
Candy corn is good.
oh girl, I can't. But yeah, have you?
So yeah, 48 responses, and right now 73% believe it's good, and then 27% say throw it in the trash.
Ah! So I'm with that 27%, and you are with the rest.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. Jazz, do we have any comments or views today?
Yeah, we got a comment from Kareem. He said, hold on, give me 1
Always
second.
coming in with the facts, Kareem.
Always. He said, safe hiking is cool. Kudos to Roanoke, but I'd rather hit that old 97 for arcade and burgers.
Hey, we are with you. That's a good one. I like that. Maybe we could go hiking first and then serve ourselves a treat by going to Old 97.
Yeah. And then he complimented me and he said, Jazzy be styling.
Look, I told y'all. I was like, Jazz and Jazz. That's our girl, Jazz. I love Kareem.
Yeah, he's great. And then Shelby, she said, no, she's not a fan of candy corn.
You my girl, Shelby. Is it Shelby or Chelsea?
Shelby.
All right, you my girl. You my girl.
But yeah, that's it.
All right, girl. Anyway, a person could comment if they really wanted to come in and saw this later on.
Yeah, for sure. If you see it later on, just you can leave a comment within the comment form of the article. It's super easy to leave a comment. It'll take you no more than 3 seconds. And even if you leave a comment after this live stream, we'll always come back and respond to your comments in the following day during our live stream. So we would love to hear from you guys, just so we can respond to your comments live and have a back and forth conversation.
Perfecto,
Let us know
Jazz.
if you got hit or not, so we can settle this today once and for all.
I know. Put people who don't like it in the ground forever. Like whatever. All right, Jazz. I love you, girl. You take care.
All right, you too.
All right, guys. Thanks so much for sending your comments in. It's always a good time. Kareem, you are a dog, man. But everybody else that's sending your comments in, letting us know what you think, it's always a good time going back and forth, getting that engagement. So before we let you guys go, we got to get into the headlines that you need to be looking out for later on our newscast coming up later, including 10 News at noon. Law enforcement shutting down hemp stores across Southwest Virginia after police raids last week. Searched businesses across 9 counties, including 2 Withville tobacco shops. Investigators say that they're looking into allegations of money laundering and illegal drug distribution network. Something crazy right there. Plus, new hope for a debilitating medical condition that affects millions of people around the world. We're talking about epilepsy. Doctors now are testing a promising experimental treatment that patients say has silenced their seizures. So we have an account of one person right there on your screen right there. So that's coming up in our later newscast. Plus, the Franklin County Sheriff's deputies say that a local mom and her 3 kids have been missing since September 5th. But the mother tells 10 News she and her family are fine. And get this, we saw them all ourselves on camera. It's a bizarre case right there. We got a full package. Our girl Amy Cochran did a great job following up with that. You get to hear from the mom and you get to hear from the dad. And again, it's just a huge question mark as far as what is going on with this particular case. So all those stories and so much more coming up in our later newscast. Be sure to stay tuned. We'll be able to keep you guys updated with that. But again, if you got anything you want us to talk about, anything viral happening, anything you want us to comment on, or anything that you see is gathering a lot of attention online, let us know, because again, we would love to have a fun back and forth session with you guys, because that's what we're about right here on the Morning Sprint. We'll be back here again tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. WSLS.com.